Okay, so I'm trying not to make a scene because there's lots of people here, but we're going to be hiking up Mount Kearsarge South today. I have a pal, Allison, not Andy today, and it should be good. Kind of cold, kind of busy because it looks like we'll get a view. So we'll see how it goes. There are at least 2 Mount Kearsarges in New Hampshire. There's Mount Kearsarge North, which is taller and a bit of a hike, but this one, Mount Kearsarge South, is probably the more famous of the 2. It's certainly more popular with people in many ways because of the great view at the top and the relatively easy climb. Today, we're going to have to use a little bit more perseverance because we're going to have to walk up the closed access road, which will add about 1.5 miles round trip. Okay, so we made it to the parking lot, or what's normally the parking lot. There's some bathrooms, which are probably closed. And, it's these kiosk things. We're about to sort of hit the actual trail where you'd normally start. This is where I started in the, whenever it was I did it. I think fall, maybe summer, they start to run together. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. The sun is fighting to come out. We're all warm and gross, and there's plenty of people on the trail, so there's that. So there's our first view. If you do this trail, you'll see that there are a ton of snowmobile trails. There's no one out right now, but you have to, of course, listen for the snowmobiles and, of course, somehow deal with the resentment of making it to the top and there being people who took the faster way. So we've been on the Winslow Trail, which is an orange blaze, and it's the steeper of the 2. So things are gonna start to pick up a bit. Here, we'll probably come down the other way. This way is supposed to be a little bit icy, but we'll manage. We got spikes. Winslow Park and Winslow Trail may be named after Captain Winslow of the USS Kearsarge, which was a naval vessel during the American Civil War. It was famous for a number of fairly epic battles, but most notably, there was the battle against the Confederate blockade runner and commerce raider Alabama off the coast of Cherbourg, France. This battle actually captured the imagination of a number of romantic poets and painters, including Edouard Manet. Of course, the name Winslow may actually come from the Winslow Inn or Hotel, which was located where the parking lot, the 9-month, 3-season parking lot is located. There isn't anything of it left now except apparently a few holes, but I didn't see any, probably because of the snow. So we're taking a break, short break to just take in the fabulous view. It's nice. It's a nice reward, and it still keeps going up. But you can't help but think that maybe most of the worst part's behind us. The ship is actually named for the mountain, not the other way around. The Kearsarge was built in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and some of the wood, at least legend tells us, came from Mount Kearsarge. So when I said that the blazes were orange, my wife immediately, Allison, said, no, they're red, because I am slightly colorblind. And you can see here, orange. Well, you see it. Red. So she was right. Remember in my last video when I talked about how great it is to actually hike with people instead of alone? This, of course, is doubly true when I get to hike with Allison. She is actually, of the two of us, the much more ambitious and enthusiastic hiker, but hasn't been able to get out lately, so it was great to do this one together. This is why it's a lot of people's favorite mountain. Check that out. Taking a moment to remove our spikes and put on our shoes. And a lovely spot. Mount Kearsarge by the poet Donald Hall. Before he knew he was going to live in Wilmot, New Hampshire, and see Mount Kearsarge every day. Great Blue Mountain, ghost, I look at you from the porch of the farmhouse where I watched you all summer as a boy. Steep sides, narrow, flat patch on top, you are clear to me, like the memory of one day. Blue, blue, the top of the mountain floats in haze. I will not rock on this porch when I am old. I turn my back on you. Kearsarge, I close my eyes and you rise inside me. Blue ghost. Just so you know, these ones are yellow. So on our way down, this isn't actually a good example because there's all those pine trees, but on our way down, there were some nice winter only views. This one too, actually, you could probably only catch, but it's worth noting. This trail, the Barlow Trail on the way down, is excellent. So we're back to where we started here. If you go that way, you go the way we went up. If you go that way, you go the way we went down, or up the way we went down, if you do that. We're gonna change out of our snowshoes, put on our spikes, and walk back down that road, which was not terribly exciting. The parking lot is now full of people, loud people, who I think are probably snowmobilers, but there's some skiers out too. It looks like we made the right choice getting going early. So this may be it from us. Hope you had a good time, and I hope you get out there and do this mountain too. Maybe not today though.